Hi guys, welcome back to the ALSHE project, this advanced locomotion system version 4 plus horror engine integration that now includes much more. If you have been following my videos, you will notice it. Includes even cars. First, let me thanks to all the patrons that are making this possible, because they are supporting me very well, especially to Fahad, because this month he became super supporter that this is helping me a lot with these improvements. Also, he has made a very good requirements, new requirements for the project that are now included. Well, I think they are very good, nice to have in the project. So let's start with the improvements for this new version that is going to be released today. So first, the previous video you saw, for example, this is a trigger that will open a sequence for easiness for all of us to open a sequence when the player collides with it. So in the settings you only can see the sequence, you will trigger it automatically. It has been included as well the peaking range, that is when you are not pointing to any of the objects but you are close to the object, it will present an X, an icon on top of the items, and you can press the X button now in the keyboard or the X button in the gamepad. Always speaking about the Xbox gamepad, and you will pick all the items that have the icon or the items that are in range. Also, I have included as well the improvement for a new rework for the weapons. You can see that now all the weapons contain several arrows. I will show a bit later. And also contains a flashlight attachment, and also the first or the iron sights view. Okay, so I will explain this a bit later. I have been working a bit on the menu by requirement of Fahad, as I said, to show options in the items. Let's say like use, examine, assign to the quick access inventory, or even drop from the menu. You don't need to press keys or remember which key it is. You can have it in the menu. Also, there is a rework on the fast access menu that is no more in the bottom. You can press now the Q letter or the right or the left shoulder key button in the gamepad, and it will be presented to you. So you can use, in example, the arrow keys to select any of the items in the fast access inventory, or you can use the right thumbstick in the gamepad to use it. Also, now having changed the way to switch the weapons, in example, in keyboard it is with the mouse wheel, so going up and down you will be switching between weapons, and if you press the plus and minus keys on the numeric keyboard on the keyboard, you will be switching between throwables, so grenades and molotov. There is also a new enemy requested by Fahad. He was nice to share with all of us. Is an enemy that it will not be able to be damaged until it's fully visible. Let's say it is transparent. You will decide which way you will make it visible. In example, for now, by default, it is making visible by the flashlight. So when you are pointing him with the flashlight, it is going visible slowly, or you can decide the velocity or the speed. Basically, it is a component. You scroll down to this guy. It is opacity change. So here you have, in example, the no damage until fully visible, the minimum opacity, the maximum opacity, the step up for opacity, that is 0.01. Here you can select the speed. If you put 0.001, it will be much slower to make it fully visible. And this is the opacity down. Let's say that when you are not pointing him with the flashlight, how fast is going to be transparent again. You can, if you don't want this to go transparent when you finish pointing him, you can put this on 0, or if you want to do it very quickly, you can put 1. It will be automatically. So this is emissive on full. That is, if we will shine when it is fully visible, I put in 1 to make some kind of visible effect when it is visible. This is the opacity parameter name in the material that you need to set, and the emissive parameter name as well. So it is up to you how you want to call them. If you don't know how to do that, please put me out in Discord. So I will show you how to create material instances where you can create opacity and emissive scalar parameters. So there are the material instances. In example, this specific guy has 2 materials, one in slot 0, one is slot 1, so you can add as much as you wish, or as much as the guy have in there. This is the burning effect. Let's say that this is the effect that is going to happen when you are pointing him with the light. This is the delay to show it. This is the transparent effect. That is an effect when the guy is transparent. Let's say you want to have some kind of smoke surrounding him or something when it is transparent. And this is the effect delay, so because we don't want to be spawning particles in every tick. So I'm waiting 0.05 seconds between spawns. Okay, so let's show you everything. Let's see if I don't forget anything. So let's start. I will show basically everything. Now this is the guy. If you, in example, go to the sequence trigger, it will trigger the sequence that you have set up you put in settings. Okay. Now, in example, you go to the door or something. I will show how this is working. We have an X in there, so you can press the X, and it will go. You don't need to be pointing it, or you can use the mouse button or the right thumbstick as usual for use. Okay. The good thing for this is if you go to an example, you want to pick this gun up, in example, and you can select if you want to examine it, or you want to examine and pick with the normal usage that is pointing to it, well, examine with the right mouse button or with the left trigger in the gamepad, and then picking up with the normal mouse button. Or in example, if you have 3 and you are not pointing them, or 3, or you want to pick all of them at the same time, you can press the X or the X in the gamepad, and you will be picking up everything together. That I believe is a really good improvement, because you don't need to be physically pointing to it, and it will make the game a bit faster. Now, in example, if you use the mouse wheel up and down, you will be switching between weapons. If I press minus and plus, it will be switching the grenades. You can see it in the right side of the screen, grenades and molotovs. Okay. So now speaking about, we have to speak about this, about that. So now speaking about the inventory. Let's say you can now click on the tab to show the inventory. Okay. So this is the inventory. Now we have, in example, the flashlight, we have weapons, we have no keys, we have not that. So if I now click on any of the items, it will show the item options. So let's say now we have use, we have assign, we have examine, and we have drop. So please notice if I click on use, it will be using it. If I click on use again, it will be. If I put the mouse on top of hovering assign, you will see that the first menu of the first inventory, first access inventory, is shown on the left side of the screen. You see, I have some kind of animation, fading animation, to show you what exactly or which items are exactly in there. So you can put in slot 1, an example, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, So we'll place it in slot 1 in example, and I will move now to weapons. In example, I will put this one in slot 2, let's say, and this one in slot 3. So now we have 3 slots, and we have 1 free slot. Okay. If you want, in example, to click this and click on examine, you will be examining this. You can click again with the first mouse button, and also with the gamepad you can click on the X button or the right thumbstick, and it will be returning you to this. Okay. Okay, so now we are here. If I press the Q button or the select key on the gamepad, I will be presented with the fast access inventory. Okay, so here the way we have to select is with the arrow keys in the keyboard. I can say, okay, to use this or not to use it. Okay, with the gamepad it is by pressing the left shoulder, let's say the button that is on top of the trigger in the left, and then with the right thumbstick you will be able to select this item. Okay, so remember the Q, and you can select from there. You can see that it's a bit slower, slow in the game than it is. So now I will show you how this enemy is working. For example, if I try to kill him, you can see that it's quite transparent, let's say, you see? So now nothing is happening, I'm not killing him. So now we'll put the flashlight. So now, you see, it's brightening. Now I'm able to kill him. Okay. I have been also fixing a few things that from Horror Engine that I didn't like, and I realized a few days ago that when you are examining or you are doing some kind of actions in the menu with some item, the item is shown exactly where you pick it up. So let's say you pick an item, it becomes hidden in game, but if you do something with the item, you start rotating it or something, it will start being showing up in the place. So this is not happening now. Even for the weapons, it is not happening. So you can see now, in example, where I place the flashlight for this. This is really cool. Also, I fixed, because I was told by Fahad as well, that when I were rotating the camera without aiming, the flashlight were rotating with me. That is not what we want. I only want the flashlight to be rotating to the mouse cursor when you are aiming. So now it's much realistic, and also you see the flashlight is rotating with you, but not when you are not aiming. Okay, so speaking about that, I have placed the camera for the weapon. You can see that I will show you how it is. This camera, for example, now if you go to any of the weapons, let's say this weapon, but you can go to, I will show you how the weapon base it is, to show you everything together. You can see that here you have the flashlight where you want to place it. So now it is not attached to any bone in the skeleton or the character skeleton. It is attached to the weapon. So you can place the flashlight wherever you want. You only need to go to flashlight mount, this arrow, and move it. Okay, don't worry about this because this is only here. It is hidden in game. This is only here to show you how the flashlight is going to be shown in the game. Okay, so you can get the flashlight mount and move it wherever you want. Even you can rotate it and put it in this place, whatever. We have now left hand IK. That is where you want the left hand to be placed in the weapon when the character is using two hands to grab it. Let's say, like in example, with the pistol or with the rifles or everything. You can select if you want to do it in a specific weapon bone, like in shotgun. You can notice that when I in the shotgun example, if I open it, let me close everything here. Game control, graphic menu. Okay, if we go to the shotgun and edit it, shotgun has a bone in here that is the barrel. That is when I want to the hand to be placed, because when it's doing the reloading, I want the hand to go with the reloading. I can show you. And this is only working with the actual bones. So if I shoot, you will see the hand, the left hand. You see? That is moving when reloading. So this is only achievable when you are, let's say, attaching the hand to a bone, because the bone is moving. Okay. So now in example, I'm adding this you have two options, or to put the hand or not to put the hand, put in none, or put the hand in a bone, specific bone for the weapon, or assigning it to the arrow. Okay, in order to do that, you need to go to the settings, and here you have the left hand socket name. So you see that I put the left hand socket that is inside within the weapon. Okay, if you don't want this, you can go in example to pistol, and you will see here it is IK arrow. If you put IK arrows, then the hand will go to the IK arrow. If you put none in here, then the hand will not have any IK, and it will depend on the animation that you have. Okay. This is, in example, the case of this one. In example, if I open it, I don't know if I already set up the IK. Well, no, I said IK arrow. Anyway, it's a very good thing to have, because you can select where exactly you want the left hand. Also the flashlight, you see that I'm moving, rotating, everything here. Then you have the aiming helper, that before it was the direction of the bullet. It was calculated before between two bones, the muzzle and one that you needed to set up for the weapon. But now it is everything done with this arrow. So by showing this arrow, by having this arrow, you can decide the direction of the bullet, and also where the muzzle effect will be spawned. And now is the more, or the trickiest part for the previous weapon. It was the iron sights camera for when you have the first view. It was calculated by a bone now, or by a socket. Now it is the camera here already. So this is the camera that will decide the iron sights for this weapon. So you need to set up it. For example, you can go to the map, you can click on the weapon, and you will see the weapon. You can set up everything with this camera. So in the game, it will be shown exactly as this. Okay, so I believe is everything, but I will play a bit now, and I will show you how the menu it is. For example, if you press M in here, or you open directly the first level, the main menu level in Horror Engine. If you press M, you will get this. If you want to see the controller, it is here. Okay. So as we say, this is the aim focus, quick access, and so on, so on. This is log gain. This is HC to main menu. This is the graphic settings that we already saw before. Can go back. This is the new game. If you press the new game, it will be going to the new game, and this is the resume game. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is going to the main menu. This is the main menu. I have nothing on back. I left this for you, and I will connect my controller. So now you can see I selecting everything with the controller. I will put the mouse somewhere here, and I will press the new game. So now everything is done with the controller. So we'll pick everything up. I will check the letter. Now if I press select button, I will be able to use this. Also let me assign it to the slot 1. Okay. Now in here, to use a physical object, you can use the secondary button, the right thumbstick, or better the right thumbstick, or it will be better because you can have the flashlight. Now we'll put in here. Okay. And this one as well. We put it here. So now it is open. Now if I click on the gamepad to the gamepad to up, it will be switching between weapons. You see. But also, if I click on the left shoulder, it will be accessing to the right to the menu, so I can select it with the right thumbstick. So now we'll put the weapon. Now you can press the X in the gamepad, or you can use it with the right trigger. It's up to you. You can always access the main menu by clicking on Start in the game. So now you can receive the game, or load it, or save. So now as I got the medicines, so I will go to the medicines, and I will assign this to the slot 2. Sometimes it's not too much visible, so you need to fix this, or you can do your own design. But now you see that it is assigned in there. So now I got a key. You can see it in here that they have the key. So I have the number, that is 1122. missed this one, I believe. Oh, I got it. So now that we have Molotov, so now in this example I'm going to use the inspect, that is the left thumbstick. So now here I can press 1, 2, 2 and enter. So now with the right shoulder, if you go so close to the fire, you will get in flames. It is happening as well to all the enemies with the flames. So now that we have this, so we got the card from there, that is there. And that's it. So I hope you like it. Now I'm going to return to my menu in example, then from there quit the game. Okay, so I hope you like this version. It is much more fun than the before. Also the gamepad implementation, the new item options are really good, I believe, and nice to have. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you find this useful. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.